All right, we're back. Welcome back to Planning Your Website Mini Course, a mini course to teach you the foundations of building a website that attracts your ideal client and generates leads. Today, we're on lesson 2, 10 questions you should answer before you build your website. In this lesson, you're going to learn what specific things you need to think about before you build, 10 questions you must answer first, why this is an important first step instead of just diving right in, and a few extra bonus tips to planning a great website. Knowing the answers to these 10 questions will save you time and frustration. I promise you it will help you in the end because you won't be staring at a blank screen and not know what to say when it's time to write the copy for your website. This also, knowing what you're going to say on there, is going to help people stay on your website longer. It's going to keep them interested and clicking around. And finally, this exercise is going to help you build a website that not only attracts your ideal client, but converts them into leads and customers. It's like building a house. You would never just start building a house without a blueprint. All right, so in the last lesson, I helped you identify your niche and come up with a niche statement. In this lesson, we're going to dive even further to help you focus on your ideal clients so you can create a website that actually works for you and grows your business. So we're going to start the first 2 questions, and let me tell you, these should look very familiar to you. So number 1, what problem or problems do you solve for others? Remember, people search the internet when they have a problem that they need solved. Usually they're looking for something specific, an answer to a specific question or help with a specific problem. So make sure that you are really clear on the problem that you solve. And then the second question, who can benefit from the problem that you solve? And who typically has this problem? Try to be as detailed as possible when you're talking about who has the problem that you're solving. Now, if you did the defining your niche statement exercise, you got this one down. These 2 should be easy peasy for you. All right, moving on. Who is your website for? Meaning, is it directed to people that have never heard of you before? Or are the people that are coming to your website people that know a lot about you? And typically, what are the characteristics of the person or the people who will be visiting your website? If you have a product for kids, for example, your website is for the person buying your product, so usually moms. So be thinking about that. What are the characteristics and who exactly is it for? Number 4, how is this person feeling when they come to your website? What emotions are they experiencing? What pain are they feeling? What is bringing them to your website? And number 5, what if they tried in the past that didn't work? Why are they searching for answers now? Number 6 and 7. Number 6, why are you going to be the solution to their problem? What do you offer that will specifically help that person? When they get to your website, remember, they're looking for a solution. So why are you the solution to their problem? And then how will they feel after you help them? What success will they find if they use your product or service? Remember, you're brainstorming as you answer these questions. You're writing down anything that comes to you, no matter how far-fetched you might think it is. Just write everything down. Okay, moving on. Number 8, what should someone do when they get to your page? Ultimately, what do you want people to do? Are they supposed to schedule a call with you? Are they supposed to download a freebie to get on your email list? Are they supposed to buy a product? Remember, most websites are not just informative. You're a business. So when people come to your website, you should be asking them to do something. This is called a call to action, or CTA. You'll see it used quite often. But remember, what exactly is it that you want them to do? And that needs to be front and center on your website. We're going to talk about that in the next lesson a little bit more, but answer the question, write down, what is it that you want them to do? All right, number 9, what services do you offer and how do those benefit your client? Now, you're not going to list every single thing that you possibly do. You're going to put your top 3 on there. And you're not going to list just the services you offer, but you want to list the benefits to your client. So if you offer coaching services one-on-one, what is the benefit to them? If you offer coaching services in a group, What is the benefit to them? So as you list the services that you offer, make sure you also list the benefit to them and then rank them. What are your top 3? And then also ask yourself, do you have an ultimate offer? Is there one thing that you really want people to sign up for? And if there is, just put a little star by it. You may or may not have that, but mark that. And number 10, ask yourself, what is the purpose of my website? Is it to get leads? Is it to get sales? Is it to get people on my calendar and schedule an appointment with me? Is it to let people know more about me and look professional? Answer the question for yourself. What is the purpose of my website? And make sure you know that because it is really important. All right, a couple of extra tips just to think about. What images portray your client as being successful? You want to start looking and start gathering possible images for your website. Now, let me give you a little hint. Do not go to Google and copy images there. They are often copyrighted and you can't use them. So you can go to websites like Unsplash, Pexels, or Pixabay, and they're all .com. So you could just type those in and they have tons of royalty-free, legal for commercial use images that you can download and use on your website. So start collecting those and think about what kinds of images you're looking for. And then what is your story? How did you get here? How did you get to the point that you were ready to help people? What skills do you have? You don't want this to be a resume. We want this to be your story because people will listen to your story. They want to hear what you have to say. So write it down as if you're talking to a friend for the first time. You made a connection, you trust her, you're telling her your story. What is it that you're going to say? All right, the last 2 tips I have for you. Take a look at other websites in your niche. What do you like about them? What stands out to you? What do you like about their layout, their colors, their fonts? We're going to talk about branding a little bit more in another lesson, but what pages do they include on their site? Just look at their websites, read their content, and what is it that you like about those sites? And also look at websites. What do you not like? What is it that you don't like about some of the websites that you've seen? What turned you off about those websites? What was it that made you say to yourself, oh no, I would never hire that person? So look at those and just write down what is it that you didn't like, and that will help you not make the same mistakes. Often the biggest mistake that people make when starting a website is not doing the needed prep work ahead of time. Then they stare at a blank screen and they throw anything up there because they don't know what to write. So answering these questions is going to help you with that. It's going to help you actually speak to your ideal client and, most importantly, connect with them and the problem that they need help with. All right, so in this lesson, you learned the 10 questions to answer before you build your website to help you identify and connect with your ideal client, and the 4 extra tips to help you prepare your website before you build it. Your assignment. I have a website planning worksheet. You need to download it, start filling it out, get started on that. And just a little note, some of your answers are going to be the same. Some of the questions will have the same answers as others, and that's okay. Just start brainstorming, write down everything you can think of on each question, even if it's a repeat of the others, that doesn't really matter. Just write everything down. And then in the next lesson, you're going to learn the anatomy of a great website, pages every website should have, and a few website do's and don'ts. All right, see you in the next lesson.